Hey guys, today I want to share several reasons why I believe in a creator God as the best explanation for the universe we live in. How can we really know? Theists often talk about two reasons to believe in God: the cosmological argument and the fine-tuning argument. Properly understood, both of these arguments, I believe, are quite compelling. So we'll look at that, we'll look at how atheists might respond, and then a few bonus reasons for the existence of God at the end of this video. So let's get into it. The first argument is the Kalam cosmological argument. It begins with some deductive reasoning which goes like this. First, whatever begins to exist has a cause. Second, the universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. Now, if we make it this far believing the universe has a cause, we're ready to ask what caused it. It could be some mechanism like the Big Bang, some speculate a multiverse system which creates universes, but what caused that? Ultimately, we'll be stuck inside an infinite regress unless we postulate something which did not begin to exist. In this way, it would have to be eternally existing. We could also say that it is very powerful. Having created time, space, and material, it would be timeless, spaceless, and immaterial. As we get into the fine-tuning argument coming up, we'll discover that the first cause has a mind and is very intelligent. We could even say that the cause is supernatural, since it exists outside the laws of nature. Put together, you have a first cause, which is eternal, incredibly powerful, timeless, spaceless, immaterial, intelligent, and supernatural. This literally is a basic definition of God. So that's the cosmological argument. Keep in mind that baked into this argument is a response to the question, what caused God? Our response is that God, being eternal, is not the kind of thing which is caused. This isn't a cop-out, but a necessary element to prevent the infinite regress of created things. In the past, atheists were content believing that the universe fit this role as the eternal uncreated thing. But now, with the Big Bang and the fact that we're slowly running out of usable energy, it's apparent that there was a point in time when the universe began, and therefore was not the first cause. The second argument for postulating God as a creator of our universe is the fine-tuning argument. Think of it this way. Given that our entire universe began with one massive explosion, how is it that everything settled in such a way to make life possible? Surely we can imagine a universe where life is not possible, and yet here we are. Imagine a control board with over 100 dials, each of them representing one factor of our universe, which is necessary for life to be possible. If one of these dials was turned just slightly in either direction, suddenly you have a universe where no form of life could possibly exist. Some of these dials would be the universe expansion rate, the amount of matter, entropy, the strength of our gravitational force, nuclear force, electromagnetic force, everything necessary for the formation of stars and planets. Take one of these dials, the ratio of electromagnetic force to gravitational force. One estimate for this happening by chance is 1 in 10,000 trillion. One dial. That's not even the most extreme example. So how did this happen? It seems that the most reasonable solution is not luck, but a creator God who is both powerful and incredibly intelligent. Another option would be to suggest a near infinite number of universes, which raises a chance that at least one of them would win the cosmic lottery. But is it really more rational to postulate trillions and trillions of universes rather than one God? The multiverse theory cannot be observed or tested, and even if there was some system spawning universes which wasn't God, then certainly there would be other fine-tuned factors necessary for such a system to exist and function. What we need is something self-existent, self-sustaining, extraordinarily powerful, transcending the boundaries of time and space, owing its existence to nothing but itself. Once again, we are getting suspiciously close to the concept of God. So let's set the multiverse aside and stick with the facts, what we know to be true. We end up with this one universe, our universe, which really appears to be designed by some agent who set the dials exactly where they need to be. That is the fine-tuning argument for the existence of God. So, those are two main arguments why I believe that God exists as the creator of our universe. If you'd like further study, there's several other reasons for believing in the existence of God as well. For instance, even in a universe where life is possible, there's still the difficulty explaining how life began from non-life, or how Darwinism could account for all the different ways that life has reached the complexity it has today. There's also a lot to be said about miracle reports and supernatural phenomena in our world. I would also add that the evidence for the historical resurrection of Jesus is quite strong in its own right. All of these things add up to reveal a God who not only created our universe, but continues to interact in our world today. Thanks for watching.